guys, welcome to our YouTube channel, Kevin Isalas Philippine Life. So today we have, what do you call this? I'm going to interview Kevin about his life here his life here in the Philippines, and all about Kevin. So so there have like 8 questions, so he will be answered. But right now, before we start that, I will show you where we are right now. So we are now, guys, in what?
This is our rental, by the way.
Yeah.
We're here for 13 more months. We're up on they built a structure. Basically, it was to enclose the pool equipment and the water system for the complex. But they built a top deck for it, and it's actually covered.
Yeah, like that.
But the view is just, from here, is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I think that is the Apo Islands, guys. So, okay, guys. Okay, guys. Here we are. So the first question to Kevin is, why did he choose the Philippines for his retirement? So, like,
I'll give you the full story and try and condense it some. Before I came to the Philippines, I was actually married to a woman that was born in the Philippines. She moved to the U.S. When she was 7, and she was in her mid-50s when we got divorced. But her family kept property in the Philippines, and one year the whole family got together. The whole family didn't end up going, but talked about going to the Philippines. And at that point, I was like, yeah, let's check it out, because I'd actually started watching videos and stuff of it. I came to the Philippines, specifically flew into Cebu, spent a few nights there adjusting to the 12-hour time change and trying to get rid of the jet lag. And then from there, we took a boat ride down to Bohol and spent most of our time on Bohol. So Cebu City, I was kind of like, okay, I'm not really sure why I'm here. But as we got on the boat and I started seeing the nature portion, which is really why I'm here, it was just beautiful. And then if you haven't been or haven't seen anything about Bohol Island is just, the coastline is just gorgeous. Sandy beaches. All the people were great. It was just very nice. So at that point, I knew when I retired that this was a place that I actually wanted to spend my retirement.
so okay. Then how do you?
And then one last thing, the English. Speaking of the English language here, definitely set the Philippines apart from Thailand and all the other Southeast Asian countries.
How do you like living here? Like, it's like different from your country. Like, you can compare it how it is.
Yeah, especially coming from Michigan in the U.S. You get maybe 3 good months of summer. I'm a warm weather person, and maybe that's just because I spent my whole life in Michigan, which is mostly winter. But anyway, Michigan, yeah, you get three good months of summer. Probably 2 months either side of summer for transition weather. So it's either transitioning from winter to summer or summer to winter. And then the other 6-ish months, it's winter time. And winter time in Michigan is not fun for me. Some people do enjoy some of the winter sports, but I just didn't like it. It's gray. The skies are always cloudy pretty much. You get clear days, but for the most part, it's gray, gloomy. All the vegetation's brown because the trees have dropped their leaves. The grass has turned brown because of winter. And then you get snow, and then the snow after they get done plowing, is plowed onto the grass from the streets, and that turns brown and yucky. So it's just not, to me, it just wasn't a good place to be. And being in the Philippines now and just having basically this every day, and you do have your typhoons and some cloudy days, so don't get me wrong, it's not like this every day. But it's just beautiful here. I don't know, I find myself smiling a lot more being in the Philippines. Just letting me know that all the hard work that I did when I was going through my work years is now paid off, and don't have to really worry about money. And now I get to enjoy Philippines, and so and I get to spend time, and it's nice here.
Oh.
And there are frustrations, obviously.
It's not like always, like perfect, right? There's a lot. So I think the only thing that you can do is how you handle it. Like, how to, because no one's perfect, especially relationship. And there's a lot also if like you expected so much, but it's not like that, right? The way you want it. So.
Yeah, things are definitely done different here. So it does take some adjusting. But I'd say overall, this is definitely, I love it here. Like I said, I smile every day, so.
Okay. What visa did you use? Like as a foreigner, like especially you're living here for good, right? Like for a long time. What visa do you prepare, and why you choose that?
Yeah.
And your,
Well, there's more than, I'm going to talk about 2 visas. There's definitely more than that, but I'm not familiar with those, so I'm not even going to try and explain those. One of those being the spousal visa. But the first one being the tourist visa, you get 29 days free. Doesn't cost you anything as long as you come here and leave in the 29 days. It's easy peasy, nothing to do, so that was definitely a good one. Now you can extend that 1 or 2 months.
That is tourist, right? Tourist visa, not spousal visa.
This is tourist visa, correct, yeah. If I didn't say that, I meant tourist.
I think sorry, baby. Spousal, so
I think I talked about spousal first. Maybe I didn't mention tourist, but anyway, so in your first 29 days, that's your tourist visa. That's free. And then you can extend those 1 or 2 months. There used to be 6 months, but I'm not sure if that's still a thing or not. I see some stuff that they've discontinued, and some people say, no, I got it, but it might depend on where you go to, so to renew your tourist visa. I chose the SRRV, and the reason I did that was I don't have to deal with renewing my visa every 1 or 2 months.
And go out to the Philippines.
And then after 3 years on the tourist visa, so you've extended. After 3 years, you actually have to leave the Philippines and then come back in, and then your 3 years starts over. So I paid the money. I'm not ex-military, so basically I had to pay the full.
You don't have also pension.
And I don't have. I'm not collecting Social Security yet. So I didn't really have any income other than my savings. So they make you, that's I think the highest deposit that you have to leave is my situation with the Philippine government. So I chose that. It just seemed less hassle. Don't really have to worry about the things that I mentioned before. So.
And you can renew every 2 years, right?
Yeah, you can renew every year or every 2 years. We do it every 2 years.
So. SSRV visa, guys. That's the one Kevin using right now. So everything like good, right?
Yeah, and we use JRC.
Yeah,
JRC consultancy.
I think they have a branch in Manila, Cebu, everywhere, right?
Dumaguete.
Dumaguete.
So it's nice. You just give them what they ask for. You don't deal with anything other than you got to pay them some money to process it. And then they message you when your new visa is ready.
So the 4th question, guys, is like for those foreigners. I know there's a lot of foreigners about the scamming, how you protect yourself. So this is the question that I want to Kevin to answer it. For I think you always commenting us, especially when we are doing the house build, And I mentioned that that house is still not, even though in my name, even though in Kevin name. So this is the question, like, as a foreigner with Filipina partner, how do you protect yourself, especially in your financial, like in money thing? Because I think there's a lot of, like, that's the biggest, I know we get a lot of comment, like, one day you will broke, you will end up this Filipina sucking a lot of your money,
Right.
her family. I get that a lot. So I want Kevin to answer it, like how he deal with that, especially bank accounts here in Philippines, how it is. So
Yeah. First off, I have a son back in the U.S. I protect his inheritance by keeping that money in the U.S. So that takes care of that. Now, the money that comes here, I only bring enough here to live on, plus a little bit more than a little bit more, just in case of emergency, medical emergency, her or I or her son, something happens, or something comes up. So that's pretty much it for the normal money. As far as the house, when we were first looking at property, because I wanted to travel in the beginning when I got to the Philippines, but Sela wasn't up for that when she came back to the Philippines, because she was actually an overseas worker. So when we came to the Philippines, she said she wanted to be around her family, which I understood. She didn't really know me because we only were together talking online for a few weeks.
yeah,
And
3 weeks, guys.
and we committed to come here. So
I'm so afraid, like, you know,
Yeah.
out of also, like, I see it's not easy to trust.
yeah. So when it came time to buying the property, we talked to a lawyer, and I said I need to protect me, just in case something happens. So at that point, I knew that we were going to build a house. So one of the questions I asked the lawyer was, how can I protect myself? And his answer was, you need to set up the money that's paid for the property in the house, you set it up just like a mortgage. So I'm basically the mortgage company. So I have protection that way, no matter what happens. I mean, obviously, weird things can happen. You can still get screwed out of the money. I mean, it's whatever, you know. But you got to do the best you can do. So I chose that option. So I was a mortgage company. I funded everything. It was written that at any time that I chose, the house could be forced sale. So no payments were made to me, obviously, because I was funding. We were living in the house. So the money was basically protected legally by the fact that I was a mortgage company. So it worked out. I mean, obviously, Sela's never asked for any money, any of it. And actually, we've had a couple arguments that got pretty heated. And even at that time, nothing was ever said, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want
for
this.
me, I just
So,
want to respect, like, before we just open that about building a house and buying a property, I make sure to Kevin that you will be protected. Even though I don't want, like, because I have family, I knew guys telling, oh, your family will go to your house and invade that, you will be kicked out. No, that's the one I tell to Kevin, you can protect yourself by doing that, right? Like, no matter what happened, Kevin is the one who have the authority and everything is in the house. Even though the land property is in not on his name, but to be honest, guys, that property is named on my brother. So in my brother's name. So my brother cannot do anything because that land title and that property is mortgaged to Kevin. So like my brother owed money to Kevin, right? That is
Yes.
like, so we need to pay that. So that's the one. So
yeah.
I think that's the best option that we do, right? So to protect him,
Yeah.
especially he's the one funding. So
And you also got to use your gut too. I obviously wouldn't have done this if I saw any shading dealings with either her or her family, I would have just said, no, it's not happening. Her family's been very fair. I've treated them very fair. So between the judge of character that I saw, her and her family, and me legally being protected by acting as a mortgage company, I was confident that I was protected.
So I would jump to the 5 question. Like,
And obviously, this isn't legal advice. If you're going to try and do the same
Yeah.
thing,
It's
you
depend
talk
upon-
to your lawyer.
yeah.
I'm not telling you anything, what to do. This is not legal advice at all. This is for entertainment purposes only, I guess
Yeah.
they say. So,
it's just like how I don't know how I want Kevin to be protected. That's why it's about your mutual understanding. Like, not all Filipino are same, so I don't want to hurt everybody. Like, I want him to see that he's protected, so will have a peace of mind, right? Especially that's big amount of money. So it's not easy. It's not easy to like spend that. So I want him to be at ease. Like, even though it's not 100%, but I'm sure when you bring that to the court and you have the paper that you have everything, the court will entertain you because you have a paper, not verbally. So that's our attorney.
And it was recorded with the barangay.
Yeah, it's signing
with
everything.
the property.
Have a witness.
The legal paper, the actual title, it was filed with that. So it's all there, legal and done correct.
Yeah. So, and my second question, fifth question? As a foreigner who experienced building a house in the Philippines, how is it, especially selling it after? So,
So
far.
I built, I actually have a comparison because I did build 2 houses back in Michigan through my working years. I contracted it out myself. I'd say it's similar, but yet different. And different meaning just because things are done differently. In Michigan, you're stick building houses, you're putting a basement in. Everything's just done different. The roofing's done different. The plumbing's done different. Getting materials is different.
there's a lot of paperwork also.
Codes are different. Some fees, say for instance the electrical, to get the occupancy and final for the electrical, we had to pay 100,000 pesos. So they count all your lights, count all your outlets, and they say, okay, for 3 years you're gonna have to pay this much money, a one-time payment if you want to move in, and we keep it for 3 years and then you get it returned. So just there are things that did come up I wasn't aware of. It's not the end of the world, obviously, 100,000 pesos, a couple thousand, but it's something. Let's see. It was definitely nice having her brother. We hired him as a skilled, but basically he ran everything with the foreman and he looked out for me. So he was very much appreciated for what I'm saying. A lot of sorry. I appreciated what he did, looking out for me. He kept me up to speed on everything. If there were any questions, he got a hold of me if I wasn't there to find out what my thoughts were on that. So.
Yeah, how it is when we are selling it, like
Selling the house. Being that the house was on the expensive side for the Philippines, it was a little more difficult. The houses that I sold in the U.S. sold in that I built sold in like 2 or 3 days.
Here is
Yeah,
especially big money, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
These were $500,000 houses in the U.S. So I mean, they weren't on the lower end. They weren't even middle. They were upper end
Yeah.
homes, but they did sell very fast. Maybe in perspective, I'd say if you look at the income of the Filipino versus the house value, and you look at the wages of a U.S. citizen versus that house value, it is a better deal. You can definitely buy more here, which means it's going to be harder to sell if you build something that's more on the expensive side. So maybe, I don't know if I'd do it the same or if I'd do it differently. I definitely wanted to be in a house that I felt was big enough. I felt was up to something I wanted to actually be there and I was proud of that I did this. So I can't say if I'd change anything or I wouldn't. As far as that, it did take a little longer,
Yeah.
4 or 5 months, I
4 or
think.
5 months before it's sold.
to sell the house. We did choose a price that was higher than even what the appraisal price to start out at. So that's probably why. When we started getting down to a more reasonable price, that's when the house sold. So I'd probably that'd probably be the thing I'd change, not quite start so high and try and make a ton of money off the house. So
Okay. Is a Filipino different from American woman? That's too personal.
So Filipina versus a U.S. Yeah, this is my opinion only, obviously. What?
Okay, nothing.
Are you okay? All right. Let's see. So my experience would be
It's so hard to Kevin. Oh my God.
U.S. women seem like they want equal, not even equal, more out of the relationship. Like the expectations and how they act and what they think they can do and what a relationship really should be, like the respect part of it. Yeah, this is a hard one. I probably should have gave this some thought. Just Filipinos, I guess, seem to be more, I don't know if I want to say accommodating.
Isigulaki? Easy
More easy in the
Easy to-
relationship. Not that you don't want things your way, and
maybe because
like our understanding for this relationship currently is we discuss something that we don't agree upon. This is only the things we don't agree upon, obviously. And this is a big factor, I think, U.S. versus here. We discuss, she discusses her point, I discuss my point. We talk about those things, talk through the positive and negative of each side, and we try and come to an understanding. But if we can't come to an understanding, one of us ultimately has to make the decision. And it's not like that decision is my way the whole time, right? I'll sometimes say, really, is this important to me or not? And if it's not important to me, then I'll give in sometimes and just say, you know what, you're right, let's do it that way. Or let's try that and see what happens. Where U.S. women seem to be just so stubborn and want to rule everything and have their way and not really care about what the guy thinks. I'm gonna do it my way. You can't tell me what to do. Type attitude. So I think that pretty much sums up the differences between the two. Filipinos are definitely more loving, more playful in the relationship. Respect seems to be a big thing. She's making faces at me.
So
I'd say those are probably the big differences.
yeah. Last question. I think this is last because Kevin now is,
Yeah, I'm starting to sweat. It's a little
so
warm
far
out.
how it is living in the Philippines. Any regrets? Oh my God, any regrets?
Any regrets living in the Philippines?
Like all your decision have been made.
The only rough part would probably be my family, not being around my family. Like I say, my son, he has 2 kids. He's married with 2 kids. So I kind of miss them. I do. I miss them. Probably if it ever came down to it. I mean, I try and keep myself in shape. I try and eat right. So medical could end up being a regret, but not currently because I'm in very good health. Like I said, I take care of myself. I'd say that's probably about it, really.
Yeah. So far you like Philippines.
I love Philippines. Yes. Yeah. I don't regret a day that I'm here.
Okay. So guys, that's it. Hopefully, some of the question that Kevin answer is help you guys. Just that's the way on our experience, right? Well, what is Kevin experience? So we're not perfect. We make mistakes. So it's the way based on our experience.
Yeah, we're human.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you for watching our channel.
Okay.
Bye bye.
All right. Bye, guys.